Welcome back to JB Reviews. I have a Platinum and a Limited Super Duty. These trucks have been redesigned, and this is my first time ever comparing these trim levels. This is the top and this one's just below it. Special shout out to Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. The commercial guys ordered these trucks. This one is Tim's. This one's available if you would like to buy it. This one, however, is sold. So be sure to check out their inventory. Let them know you saw the video. Let's get into it. Because the Super Duties in the video are not apples to apples, I want to show you pricing on the F350. As far as the Platinum goes, it's $78,915 and a Limited is $98,270. That's nearly $20,000 of a difference in price. Be sure to stay till the end. I will explain this in detail. Up front, you can pretty much see that the headlights are pretty much different, and you really have to look at the grille design for the most part. On the Platinum, you have the bars that pretty much run side to side, and they run pretty much into the headlights. On the Limited, you kind of have like this zigzag here that runs around the turn signals and the headlights. These are going to be full projector LED, low beams down below, and it's going to be the exact same headlights on this side. I do like how in the center of the grille you have those little trim pieces that float, and it has like that polished aluminum look around the grille. Painted lower bumper with parking sensors. Tow hooks are chrome. I strongly recommend, if you are looking at a Lariat Ultimate, you probably want to consider this one too, because there's not much money compared to the two trucks. Now, this Limited has the King Ranch grille, and I do like the overall styling of this truck too, but for more money, does it make more sense to get it over the Platinum? That's a question I want you guys to really think about in this video, because I'm still leaning towards that Platinum, and I'll explain that here in a second. But I do like what they've done. It has a classy look. Now, I do wish that they were both the same class of truck, but nevertheless, this is how I can get the video in, and hopefully in the future maybe I can redo it with the same trucks. Now, because this is a 450, don't worry about the wheel and tire setup. I did do a video on the Limited, so be sure to check it out. I've also done videos on the Platinum too. Not this exact truck, but very close. This truck is missing a few things that the other one did have. As far as the mirrors go, you can see you have a chrome trim piece here. On the Limited, I do like that they give you this painted one. Personally, it does have a better look to it. And the way you can tell whether it's a Platinum or Limited is the badge on the side. On the Limited side of the house, it just says Limited up top. And that's really the only differences there. Moving on back, you do have a polished look for the door handles. This has like a bright chrome look, and these do look a little bit more classy. They both have the keypad here, and they're going to have the side steps here. Suspension is not going to really change at all, except for the fact that this is a 450 and a 350. Real quickly, so here's a leaf pack. I've always wondered if the leaves are a little different, and they're a little bit different on this truck too, I believe. Yep, that lower leaf is a little bit thicker compared to the single rear wheel. But out back, you get the full LED tail lights on Platinum and Limited. Also, they give you the big trim piece out back. It says Platinum on this side, and on this side it says Limited. So not a huge difference between the two trucks. You're gonna get the same functions, like this light that shines down the Class 5 receiving hitch. LED license plate lights on both sides. You do get the sonar built into the tailgate with the backup camera on both sides. So even with the Platinum, that is available. So that's why I said earlier, I do like the Platinum better than the Lariat, and I'm going to show you why I think I like it better than the Limited. They do have power function too, to put the tailgate back up as well. Parking sensors, and yeah, everything that you would expect is on both sides of the truck, including those steps on the side of the bumper. Now, here is the door card for the Platinum. I love this interior color. It does have like a kind of a blue hue to it, but this is really black. So I don't want to give off the impression that this isn't black. It's 100% black. This one does not have the max recline seats here. They do delete the contour seats, which is the massagers on these Platinums, which is a negative. But let's go ahead and take a look at the door card on that Limited. Here's the wood trim piece right there, B&O sound system. Let's go see what that Limited is working with. So here it is. The Limited is very classy. You have like this Admiral blue and this trim piece here, which looks like carbon fiber. But as I've said in other videos, I don't like the gray down below. But check out the seats. The seats have that diamond stitched leather. They do come standard with the max recline seats, and this is kind of like a shoulder support too. These trucks also have the lumbar support, which has 3 levels, and massagers for these seats. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the seats again for the Platinum. So I do love the perforated leather you get. They give you these caramel accents with the stitching. You have the B&O sound system built into the headrest, just like that Limited does. However, you don't have the massagers. That's really the only thing that's really missing. Now be sure to remember this trim piece here. I'm gonna show it to you on the Limited, but I wanna show you guys the center console now. So again, you have that caramel with the stitching, and it says Platinum right there. And then this is that center console for the Limited. Has that big badge with a little bit of stitching right here. And here's the trim piece on the front dash. Pretty much the exact same thing that you saw on that Limited. More of that carbon fiber look right here. Open storage. And 12.3 inch display, 12 inch display. And this one does have the suede roof. Let's go ahead and check it out for the Platinum. It does not have a suede roof for the Platinum, and that panoramic sunroof is an option on this truck. So on the Limited, it is standard. Both trucks do have auxiliary switches there. This is the cover for the Platinum, so it has that nice wood treatment. They both have the wireless charger and USBs in here. And one thing I was surprised by, the Limited does not have a cover for this stuff. So it's all exposed and open. I would have expected them to do something different there. But I do like the center console better in the Platinum compared to that Limited. Now let's go ahead and check out this side for the passenger. I do like this speaker grille that they've been putting on these trucks too. They have a nice design to them. But yeah, check out this trim piece. Real wood. You can feel these lines that run horizontal on here too. And there's no light for this area. And this is all hard plastic in here, which is going to be the same for both sides. None of these controls are going to change on either side too. The massagers are inside of the screen for the Limited, which I'll show you here at some point. Something I didn't point out earlier was they do illuminate Limited here on the door sill. You do not get that with the Platinum. And here is that trim piece. So it has that carbon fiber look there. But for the most part, all this is pretty much the exact same as the Platinum. Same speaker grille. And let's go ahead and start this truck up real quick so you guys can see the massagers. So as I mentioned earlier, you do have 3 levels for the lumbar. So you have that one, this one, and that one. And then if you push this button here, this is how you turn on the massagers for the driver's seat. You can pretty much do the exact same for the passenger as well. And you can change to whichever ones you want to. Also, you can change the intensity. The Platinum does come with massagers, but every truck I've seen so far, which I'll show it to you here in a second, is getting that option deleted. So it's right there, multi-contour seat removal. It's $300. So yeah, they're not adding the massagers for the Platinum trims because this is the 3rd truck that I've seen so far with it deleted. Every Limited is having it added to the truck. So I looked at some window stickers online and I don't see a delete for the Limited. When you add it all up, I think the biggest selling point for both trucks is, do you want the darker interior or do you want the lighter interior from that Limited? That's the only thing I can really say, that if I really want the lighter interior, I don't want a black interior, I would just go with the Limited, because You do get a lot more for the money. All this stuff is the same, by the way. But if you want a panoramic sunroof, if you want the, you know, Power Stroke engine, you cannot get a gas engine with the Limited. So in that case, you probably are better off going with that Limited. And of course, as you guys saw, you would get the contour seats. They both have power deployable running boards, standard. 2,000 watts in the bed is standard. So this truck also has the max recline. But when you add it all up, is all these extras worth it for you? Because personally, I think I would get a 7.3 Platinum. That's what I would probably build with the panoramic sunroof and be done, because you're going to be around like $85,000. But if you're going to get the diesel and be closer to 100K, it might make more sense to just jump up to the Limited. So however you decide to build your truck, you know, they're basically the same truck in my opinion. And if I'm going to get the diesel, if I'm going to get all that extra stuff, I think I might just jump over to the Limited. But I hope this video was helpful. Unfortunately, because these trucks are totally different classes, it doesn't make sense to show the payload. But you know, I've never done a video on this particular truck, and the other truck that I did had the high output Power Stroke and it had the panoramic sunroof, and I think it had 3,973 pounds of payload. This truck has the exact same number. Wow. Hold on here. If this truck has, nope, so this truck, all it has is the bed mat, but neither truck had the fifth wheel prep package, but the other truck did have the panoramic sunroof, max recline seats, and they have the exact same payload. So you know what? If that's the case, I would just get the sunroof 100%. So we answered the question. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that. So yeah, that's pretty interesting.
As I mentioned earlier in the video, the Limited does cost almost $20,000 more than the Platinum. Now when you look at the pricing, I did add this locker because I added the FX4 package. And that's pretty much the only thing I added, because everything else pretty much comes standard. So I have a $101,190 price. Now if you consider the Platinum, it does not come standard with the high output Power Stroke. So if you're going to add that $12,495 option, I would recommend you probably consider a Limited, especially if you're going to add the twin panel sunroof. The Limited does come standard with the fifth wheel prep package as well, so you don't have to worry about adding a bunch of stuff. That sunroof is right here for $1,495. Max recline was $335 right there. And all in all, you're at $96,710. So not a big difference between the two trucks when you start adding options to the Platinum.
I almost forgot to mention, both trucks do have the heads-up display standard too. But like apart from that, I think that's the only thing I really missed in this video. So yeah, see you guys soon.